2 more breakouts in the books. And maybe a running back next week against Cleveland. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Also, remember how that was the thing about being under siege and we gave up 7 sacks? Yeah, me too. No boost for the offensive line in that one, but what are you going to do? It was worth it. We'll upgrade the players next week. I imagine there has to be a running back breakout. There simply has to be. Over 300 yards. And still, Emmanuel Boston does not get a breakout. Wow.
Emotional.
CJ, what's going on, by the way? 300 rushing yards in a single game was not enough for a breakout. That is harsh, to say the least. Yikes. God, now we have too many superstars to put in here. I got too many now. Just leave it there. Man, that's harsh. That is very, very tough. But it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it, right? Let's take a look at those upgrades, though. Obviously, a lot of XP got handed out. 5 upgrade points for Monte Widmer. Monte? We'll go with Monte. On his own. Bobby Walters. Hello, Nat. Get out of my face. Bobby Walters will keep getting a little bit better. Lord knows he can't get much worse. Old Derek Sullivan. 300, though. 300. And it still wasn't enough. It's crazy to me. It is what it is. So what's going on? How are you? I am personally doing well. This team is doing well. We're making very, very good progress here. And not nearly as much progress as we should be getting. We had a frickin' 5 touchdown passing game with our quarterback. Didn't get a breakout. And then we had a 300-yard rushing game with our running back. Didn't get a breakout. So I don't pretend to try to understand the breakout logic anymore. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. As Emmanuel Boston does get a skill point, at the very least. He's now up to a 73. Should have had a chance at Star Dev this week. But here are the 2 big ones. Cornell Allen, now our most recent addition at Superstar. Cat sitting for a friend. Damn guy won't stop meowing unless I'm giving him food. Sounds like a cat to me. Sounds like my cat. I have to refer to him as my cat now. We've been living together for 3 years, but how do you not get player of the week? Who knows, man. Monty Widmer, though, 5 upgrade points this week. Star Dev Corner. Mr. Widmer. It's already up to a 73. Still a 73. Actually a 74. -3 morale. 74 overall now for Widmer. Very, very good. Who did get player of the week? I think I can still check. Even if we didn't have someone nominated. Must have been a touchdown thing. Yeah. I don't think I can check unless we had a guy in the conversation for it, right? Was it like league history, maybe? Nope, that brings us to that screen. It's under stats, is it? I mean, it makes sense. You'd be able to see it. Oh, yeah, stats and awards. Yeah, the awards tab. You're right. Weekly awards. They gave it to Saquon, who had 162 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So I guess 2 rushing touchdowns is worth more than nearly double the amount of yards. Good to know. Actually, in fairness, that was NFC. AFC, it was Lamar with 4 touchdowns and a pick and 243 yards. I keep forgetting we're not in the NFC anymore because the Cardinals are on. That just becomes instinct. But yeah, they gave it to Lamar. Is what it is. So we'll send this game against Cleveland, although I do have to go back and fix the depth chart because obviously we moved our corners over. I think that's the only real change that I have to make. Honestly, let's just go, let's reorganize. Why not? You have 350 total yards and 4 touchdowns. I guess that's fair to a point. Is it, though? Is it, though? All right, so we want Boston to be the guy here. Wilcox, Boston, Kidd, and then Miles. Wideouts, Norton, Conley, Betts, Bayless, Wilburn, and Ballard. Got Glover as the starter there. The O-line just kind of is what it is. Well, in fairness, Walters can definitely play. We got Scott on the defensive line. Carroll on the other side. Or thought about upping the total number of stars. It's turned off, essentially, so there's not a limit. If the regression system's off, there's not a limit. Defensive tackle, we need Barr, and then Rutland. Linebacker. Man, we had a lot of people go star dev. Including Derek Sullivan. It's a shame he hasn't had the space to play. You could argue playing him in the middle because the other guys haven't really broken out. Honestly, that might be the way to do it from now on, is to play Sullivan in the middle. And then Short on the other side. Corners, of course, we got Allen and Widmer. So Widmer goes star dev. We got at least four star dev corners. Perkins is the only one who is not currently at least star dev. It's kind of nuts. And then Avery is also star dev. Return man's Wilburn, that's fine. Kickoff's Petty. Silas is the long snapper. Can keep all that the same. Slot receiver, we want that to still be Betts, ideally. Honestly, all of that's fine. All that's fine. Sweet. Well, again, we'll send this game against Cleveland. Nothing attaching us towards jumping in, so we'll see what happens. The fact we have won 2 games is pretty funny. And still have only won 2 games. No breakout this week either. 5 games left to go. 2 of them against Kansas City. So don't hold your breath for the whole win 4 games in a season goal for the extra staff points, because that's not going to happen. It's a rivalry game. Why am I even clicking on this? Who would be the jersey sponsor for the Lumberjacks? Home Depot? Dr. Squatch. That's my answer. That's my answer. All right. Well, from the looks of it then, unless we do get lucky again, we did have a really late breakout previously. Week 18, for an example of that late breakout. I don't think it'll happen again, but it might. I don't think so. We'll hope, though. We'll hope. Bounty. Ooh, Brawny. How about Brawny? Steel. Good one. Yeah, Steel's a good shout. Jack Links. There's a lot of good options. We're going to have a bidding war for our sponsorship rights. It's going to be great. Oh, man. Zach Silas make you better from a power perspective? The Book of Mormon. No, we just we always have a presentation of some of the different parts of the Book of Mormon at halftime. It's a good time. a good time. All right, Kansas City, go ahead and kick the crap out of us as we try to see if we can hit a 70 overall as a team. We do lose again. No surprise. See, Divock Origi's back with Nottingham Forest. I did. It's sad. It's all right, I said it. It's disappointing. 69 overall. Would love to hit a 70 before the end of the season. Manscaped could have some interesting sales pitches. A lot of good options. The old Salt Lake City Lumberjack. Turn off regression, limit your ability to gain. No. Not that at least not that I've experienced. I mean, Jesus, we've already had 6, 7 breakout moments in 2 seasons. So, I mean, if it did limit it, I wouldn't think so. But if it did, then it hasn't affected us yet. All right. We'll sim this game against the Giants. Again, nothing tying us to jumping in. Yeah, nothing there either. Another loss. No breakout this week. Nothing's really happening. I did just miss out on an extra bit of training XP, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Let's go ahead and upgrade that. Good old Tim. Centers, tackles. The cornerback increase would probably make the most sense right now, given the amount of corners we have that have a good dev pattern. So. Axe body spray. Skull and bones. I'm going to hold off on the upgrade points for the last 2 weeks. I think Axe body spray wins it. I think it does. So we are now 2-13, getting ready to get our asses handed to us by Kansas City again. Just get our asses handed to us. Collectively. Axe body spray. Should become such a Kyle. Who are you dare insinuating as a Kyle? Goodness. Beat the Chiefs for a significant boost to your roster. Yeah, it's not going to happen. All right. Me. Why am I a Kyle? Just because someone had a better suggestion than you. And me, for that matter. How does that make me a Kyle? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Penultimate game of the season. Let's get crushed by Kansas City. It looks like we're going to be ending this season on a bit of a whimper. And indeed we are. We do suffer an injury. It's defensive tackle Matt Love. I mean, the season's over. It would have been over anyway. But, yeah. So we do end the season on a little bit of a whimper, but it was still a phenomenal season for us, man. The breakout moments, we got every single one, which is incredible. But yeah, no further breakouts after the double defensive backup. Can we really complain? We got 2 upgrades at once. All I'm saying is if you leave Max and start 40, someone other than there, you wouldn't be able to have you guys. Yes, no. Like, I don't know. Quit making me second guess everything. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Have you also considered that it's Madden and that this game's fucking terrible? Did you not see the game earlier where a football went to the fucking moon? Quit trying to apply logic to this game. It'll just break your brain. And mine. Shit. Ah, damn. Tonight's glitches have been top notch. They have been. They've been amazing. Well, chat, give me something to talk about because we're going to have a lot of upgrade points here. I guess technically I can wait until the beginning of next season, but I do want to see if we can hit that 70 overall. As Matt Short may have just finally... Yeah, there you go, Matty. Recuperation. Not a great ability. Cornell Allen, the superstar. Up to a 74, so he should get his first ability next season. The 22-year-old out of Ohio State, Abdul Gerard. Big season for Abdul Gerard. Out of again, all these guys like 22 years old as well. Tremaine Avery. Now a 70 overall. Still star dev for him. 23 out of Appalachia State. Marion Ballard. Continues to get better. Again, the core of this roster. Looking all right. Who's winning a Super Bowl first? Texans or Lions? Lions. Meow. That's right, I said it. Going to an escape room this Saturday. Have I ever gone to do it? I haven't. I've thought about it, though. I've thought about it. There's one somewhat close to my parents I would actually like to go to sometime. At the same time, it's like, yeah, let me go voluntarily get locked in a room. AJ, pretty high. Pretty high. Yeah, Madden's an escape room. I really, I do want to go and test out an escape room. I also really want to freaking get a local rage room of just like, yeah, I can hit this car with a sledgehammer for $30. Sign me up. So Raphael Wilcox gets better, but again, no breakout for him. He is likely to still be our starter next year. It would take a pretty special prospect to fall to us for him to not be the guy that we continue to try to build up. Man, we got a lot of upgrade points over the last few weeks. Kevin Glover, he's up to a 66. The tight end that we're trying to build around. Ryan Bolin, still our backup for the moment. Beautiful. Trevante Johnson at corner. Up to a 63. I don't think he'll ever necessarily be a star for us. The good thing is already, though, heading into just our third option of picking up talent, the bar is higher, right? For where we end up signing somebody. UDFA and all draft class settings set to very weak for the next challenge. Jesus. That would be this game on hard mode for sure. Because again, if you were to turn off the regression, everyone would probably just drop to normal. I don't think you'd ever be able to really break out. You could try it. But yeah, the draft class settings, you'd more than likely never end up with star dev guys. I would imagine it would be that much more inconsistent, right? You would think. All right, we end our season at 2-15 and as a 69 overall unit. So not a very strong start, or a very strong end to our season after a strong start, given our fucking talent levels. How in the world did you get 2 wins? Great question. Great question. Pure goddamn luck, including like an 85 overall Jets team that we beat. Put up over 40 points on them. It's hilarious. And again, the Jets have Justin Herbert now in this timeline, so it was a good time. But there we go. Let's take a look at the staff moves really quickly. I imagine we'll stick with the same options. Dennis Allen was fired. Kevin O'Connell. Patriots already fired another coach. 13, not quite 13 straight losses. I'll show you our schedule here. I will show you. And then, yeah, standings-wise, we can take a look at who made the playoffs. But for our schedule, we beat the Vikings week 1 and the Jets week 4, and then fell off a cliff. Yeah. But hey, we had fun. That's the important thing, right? We scored points. We sure did. Let's get a look at the playoffs here and the end of season stats. The Bengals take the #1 overall seed in the AFC. So Cincinnati awaits. Of course, you have Kansas City and Buffalo, New York, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, and Baltimore. Carolina, the number 1 seed on the other side. It is Philadelphia and Tampa, San Francisco and the New York Giants, Detroit, and Atlanta. The team being blocked by the webcam. AJ, I'm aware. That's all I'll say. Let's take a look at the stats for both our team and league-wide. Raphael Wilcox, Jesus Christ. 19 touchdowns, 29 picks. Of course, I threw about 6 of those, but yeah. 19 touchdowns, though. It's up from 10 from the guy from last year. Averaged 187 yards a game and a 66.6 rating. Satan. Running-wise, 999 yards for Emmanuel Boston with 2 touchdowns. Oh, my God. 3 touchdowns for Darrell Kidd, 4 for Cole Miles. Receiving-wise, most receptions, Melvin Norton. Most yards, Melvin Norton. Most touchdowns, Melvin Norton. Not bad. So we had 600 yards in the other 16 games. Yeah. Indeed. The offensive line. Defensively, 94 tackles for Josh Benson at middle linebacker. Our sack leader with 5, Abdul Gerard. 3 for Matt Short. And the pick leader with 2, Monte Widmer. We got both of them in the same game. That's what led to his breakout. That's insane. And kicking-wise, 9 of 14 for Clyde Petty. Our punter, only 60. That's down from 80 for the previous year's punter. Let's see, around the league. Dude, give up 2 sacks a game. Around the league. Yardage king was Dak Prescott. Will Levis was 3rd. Touchdown king with 43, Dak Prescott. Desmond Ridder had 38. Damn. And the pick leader with 29, our own Raphael Wilcox. No surprise. Rushing-wise, the yardage king, Josh Jacobs. The touchdown leader, though, with 19, Saquon Barkley. The reception king is going to be CeeDee Lamb. He is also the yardage king. Touchdown leader among receivers, CeeDee Lamb. He just dominated. The O-line, best offensive lineman. I mean, Laramie Tunsil's the only guy with a significant amount of downs played to have not allowed a sack. The worst offensive lineman, can you believe it, is our guy. Defensively, the tackle king, Drew Tranquil, and Fred Warner, both on 145. Sack leader with 22, Micah Parsons. Jesus. And the pick king with 7. Wow. 7. I haven't seen a 7 or more interception season in a while, but fair play. Top kicker in the league, Jason Myers of the Patriots. And our punter didn't even punt the most amount of time. Somehow Detroit punted more. Ours would have had we not had a full game where I didn't punt the ball. But, you know. So that's what went on outside of our craziness. We'll find out who wins the Super Bowl, the awards, all that fun stuff. And, yeah, hopefully tonight as well, we also get to go through the players that are available. And in that way, we can start off tomorrow night on a strong note with a new season. So going to the Super Bowl. Atlanta and Kansas City. This game loves Atlanta this year. Atlanta beats Detroit, the New York Giants, and Carolina to get there while the Chiefs run through Buffalo, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. So we'll see if Atlanta can do it again. 2 franchise modes in a row where they start off just incredibly hot. Need to side Justin King Tut, no kidding. The yearly awards, I don't think we'll have a winner this year. Dak Prescott wins league MVP. Coach of the year, Zach Taylor in Cincinnati. Your AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. Here we go. Offensive Rookie of the Year. George Cruz ahead of Emmanuel Boston and Tevin Glover. We also had Betts on the list and Wilburn at the bottom. We were so close. We were so close. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Kirk Randall. Unfortunately, Josh Benson in the middle and Scott Carroll weren't close enough. So no major award winners for us this year. CeeDee Lamb was the NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive was Micah Parsons. Top rookies, the dude named Montrell Yancey and Brandon Lowry. So, damn, no award winner this year. Hurts the trajectory a little bit, but it's not the worst. Super Bowl 60 goes to your Atlanta Falcons. Why are they so, like, they're so overpowered in franchise, man. It's insane. They did so well in our Cardinals run, and now here, they beat Kansas City for their first ever Super Bowl, 28-24. Of course, they'd scored 28 points in the Super Bowl. They're pretty good at that. 2025 retirements. DeAndre Hopkins. Ooh, a lot of losses for the Saints. Big losses. Defensive player for Super Bowl MVP isn't the same thing either. Kirk Cousins retires. Khalil Mack retired as a Lion. Kyle Fuller, Tyron Smith go out as Super Bowl champions. Russell Wilson's gone. And obviously, we would have had some free agents there too. Fair enough. Fair enough. Obviously, it would assign the practice squatters for us. We don't know how many of these guys will actually stick around based on improvements from the team this year and, of course, who might be available in free agency. But not this free agency. We're talking about the preseason free agency, which, again, we'll get to soon. We are not allowed to do anything in terms of actual free agency. The re-sign phase, we have everybody under contract again, so we have nothing to worry about there either. But we will see where all the big fish go in free agency. We'll also find out who is going to win the lottery. So, see what happens here. Goodness. All right. What do we got? Cousins had that one game against us and said, I'm out. Yeah. I'll never have a 6-touchdown game again. Thanks to the Chiefs. All right. Top free agents. You couldn't have left for Jacksonville when you were a Ram in the frickin' Cardinals series? Fuck. Aaron Donald at Saxonville Part 2. It's a 1-year deal, but he leaves the Rams. Why the hell couldn't he have done that in the Cardinals franchise? Ronnie Stanley on his way to the Cardinals, as is Garrett Wilson. Fun fact, he ended up as a Cardinal at the end of the franchise. Jalen Phillips goes to the Rams. I swear to God that's predetermined because that happened last time. Grover Stewart to the Rams. Teron Johnson to the Bears. Drops off from there in terms of super high rateds. Quarterback-wise, Desmond Ridder wins a Super Bowl in Atlanta and then replaces Russell Wilson in Denver. Incredible. Sam Howell goes to Atlanta. Weird, man. Weird. This way he ends up in your division again. Fuck. You're right, he's in the AFC now, isn't he? He's not in my division, but he's at least in my conference. Thank God he's not in my division. All right. Let's do pick a number between 1 and 31. And it lands... Hello? On 17. Number 17. will be the winner of the Salt Lake City Lottery. Andy, what's going on? It's team number 17. We'll get all of our draft picks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Fanboy. The man was a fanboy.
The Jacksonville Jaguars just winning in general. They sign Aaron Donald, and now they're going to get a number 1 overall pick. Good Lord. Congratulations to Jacksonville. Enjoy the picks. Enjoy them. Oh, man. Always nice to end up with a number 1 overall pick and have to immediately trade it away, you know? It's always nice. At least you're putting them in cap hell. That is true. They have negative money. They're 10 million in the hole. Have fun dealing with that. Not my problem. To the end of the draft we go. To the end of the draft we go. Goodness, goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. All right, let's see how that draft went for everybody. Draft cleared incomplete, right? Let's see. All right, they got a 76 defensive end. There's the Aaron Donald replacement. Top player of the draft, 79 rated 3rd overall pick, the corner AJ Sullivan, who went to the Saints. Nobody 80 plus this year. Worst player, a couple of 62s. But yeah, no generational talent this year. Not even anybody with 99 speed. Ridiculous. All right, so with that, you know what time it is. It's time to look at the whole damn free agent lists and see if we're going to have any new recruits this year. But again, based off of last year, we're looking all right. You know, we got a superstar wide receiver, a couple of stars. We got a tight end to build around. And then defensively is really where it's taken off so far with 3 superstars, 2 linebackers, and the corner in Allen. It's not too bad. We obviously still need some extra help here, and hopefully we can find that on the free agent list, but it's never a guarantee.